control this room. But this isn't Burger King. When the sign changes to Burger King, you can have it your way. Right now, this is my courtroom, and you will answer my questions. Stop. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury? Yes or no?
Hey, ladies. Yes, I am. Silicone. And on a few things that's been going on around here. Hey, Care D. Hey, Missy K. Hey, Nothing But Silicone. So, I mean, I've been seeing a few things the last few days. I've been in and out because things have gotten a little boring. And it's kind of that good boring. But a few things have come to my attention. So, all right, let's start with the first one. Patty is in ICU. Had a little bad. That's just the bad news. So apparently, Patty has had a heart attack and is in the hospital. So if anyone prays, please pray for Patty. We don't want to see anything bad happen to her. All right? We just don't want to see anything harmful come to her, even though we don't agree with her going over to the cucks and supporting the cuck. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. All right. I saw that in a community post this evening, and I was like, oh dear. Is this YouTube stuff getting to her? Hate what you call. So if anyone prays and thinks that praying does any good, be my guest. All right. Pray for Patty that she has a recovery. I just hope that during this that she realizes what's important. Hey, Navigator. I hope she realizes what's important, and hating people on YouTube and working herself up into a frenzy over hating us and hating this person and hating that person is bad for her health. So I hope she learns that something from it, but we don't want to see anything happen to her. So and we have a little news. Mrs. Portland flew the coop, sort of. So apparently I'm hearing that she's released dirty photos of herself. And it's like, what? What are we talking about? You know, it's Mrs. Portland we're talking about. What were these dirty pictures that I heard of? Were they of her in her bikini or something? Because damn. So she posted that shit 200 times. Shit. Damn it. Witchy Nicole. Yuck. Doesn't she realize that there's more females on here than men? They're going to be awfully repulsed. No, I'm just like, Mrs. Portland. So apparently she decided to take things into her own hands and made through with one of her threats. I remember back, I forget what it was, ladies. She said, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to release my nudes. And I guess she did. Ah, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yeah, and then I'm listening to Darling Nikki, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Mrs. Portland and nudes? You know, it's like, ew. So Mrs. Portland, all right, let's just put it this way, all right? Posting your nudes and grossing everyone out is not going to get those haters to go away. So, hey 71, yeah, I'm fine. I just miss the late night with Jamie. Jamie hasn't been on for some days now, so I guess Jamie has been busy during the evenings, and then he said he's taking a trip, so he's flashing full. So Jamie's like all busy and all that, so and I like your name, Silicone, nothing but Brian. You know, that'll get Eli going. Hey, Mrs. Ka. So with the Mrs. Portland nudes escapade, let's go over and read one of the reactions. Let me just and Darling Nikki is totally right on this. So I don't know if everyone's seen Darling Nikki's community post about the whole so here we go, and let's go to her community tab real quick. So, Darling Nikki has something to say about Mrs. Portland, and she watched her live, heard the things she said. It's obvious she's very angry. Do you think that it has anything to do with Noodle Mash's last few streams? That she pushed Mrs. P too far and snapped due to her disabilities and lack of self-control? Do you believe that she cannot help herself because of her disabilities she may suffer from? I don't. I saw, from what I saw, not a helpless, defenseless, disabled woman who, due to disabilities, lashed out. What I watched was a woman who'd been coddled her entire life, is used to getting her own way and having everyone around her excuse her behavior due to her disabilities. And she likely learned early on how to manipulate that to her advantage. Yes, Nikki. That's what's been going on for, that was my opinion, for a very, very long time. All right. She understands exactly what's going on. Thumbs up to that. She doesn't know. She doesn't like the fact that here in the real world, no one is going to excuse that filth that flies out of her mouth. She will be held accountable. I know this sounds really terrible for me to think this way because it's Mrs. P. Everyone knows she doesn't understand things the way we do. That is a truth bomb there. She is fragile, confused, and doesn't have the mental capacity to grasp the consequences to her actions. That's where I'm going to disagree with you, Nikki. All right. This is where I'm going to disagree with you because she knows what the consequences are to her actions. In the past, it was like she waved her disability card and said, oh, this will get me out of trouble. So I think she is aware of her actions and they have consequences. All right. Except she says a lot. She threw out names of people who done her wrong. She spoke on these things, but there's one thing she did not say. Noodle Mash's name. And that tells me, and that tells me as a viewer that, okay, she understands the consequences of her actions because guess what? She's able to keep her name out of her mouth because she knows it will get her into trouble. So she does know and appreciate the consequences to her actions. Because she understands what will happen, she does. Yup. 100%, Nikki. I think that speaks volumes. So as much as I absolutely believe that Noodle Mashes is saying whatever she can to piss Mrs. P off and should seriously just stop and move on, I also believe that Mrs. P brought that stalking order on herself and any trouble that she finds herself in, and she has no one but to blame but herself. Absolutely, Nikki. Darling Nikki, you know, that's how I viewed it. She had no one to blame but her for her actions, and Mrs. Portland even realizes that. She owns her shit eventually. But that's what I've noticed on this platform. She knows exactly what she says. She is decently articulate. She understands the meanings of words and uses them in the proper context. She also has the ability to be passive aggressive in her posts. That is true. And not so passive aggressive in her live streams. Imagine not knowing a thing about her, never heard her speak, never seeing her, but just reading what she said. Her mentality would look a lot different. Mrs. Portland, you need to stop this behavior. You are your worst enemy. She can be. Hey, Tracy. Hey, additional information. Hey, Ethel. You better behave, or a mod will take care of you. All right, Ethel? So, this was Darling Nikki's community post. I agree with 95% of it. No, I'm just warning you, Ethel, because a few people have a problem. You had a problem with some of the things you were saying, so I just wanted to make sure you understood. There's no fighting here. There's no. Damn, that cuck. So is that cuck live? Let me see here. Oh, yes, he is. So before we get over to the cuck, we'll probably switch over to Rumble. All right, for that. Yeah, I'm not excusing anyone's behavior, Navigator. Here, you know? Yeah, I wouldn't take the chance either, Navigator. Well, Ethel, here's the first. Here's the first. So, okay. Since Eli went live and decided to what was I going to get to before that? I'm on a soft track with this, you know. So let me just while I'm talking, set up my Rumble. So since we got Mrs. P out of the way and Patty, I want to talk about for a few minutes Space Monster. All right. Now she's been added again. Okay. And I got an email with a screenshot to prove it. And damn, Space Monster. You really are obsessed with Robbie. You really are. Now we know how he is. We know how he can be. All right. We know he could be an asshole sometimes. Blah blah blah. And he has been known to dox a few people. All right. And don't and if you respond to me with the oh, well, he doxes me. So he dox no. So what Space is doing is saying, oh, because Robbie decides to dox people. Okay. That she has the right to dox. All right. So apparently, he asked her. So apparently, Space Monster decided to dox Robbie. To say, oh, I'm nice, big, and now, Space Monster, I'm going to say this. I'm going to ask you this. Don't you have any other fucking content besides Robbie and Amy? Because I go down your channel and all I see is Bobby. Robbie. Do you know how to just diversify your content? All your claims are old news. We all know. You don't have to sit there and go live and have a panel and talk about Robbie. Damn. Every single fucking time. Now you're getting other people. Now I'm not going to mention names, but you got other people going at Robbie. Don't you? Do you know how Space Monster to keep the peace around here? All you know how to do is antagonize people. And I see the obsessed clowns in your chat, and I'm like, or in your comments, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. The same old fucking losers. Now, Space Monster. All right, this is what I'm going to say to you, person to person. I may call people out on my channel, all right, or talk about the drama that's going on around here in this community. But at least I'm talking about more than one person, not the same old crew over and over again. Damn. Now, where is my meme? All right. Oh, I can use this one. All right, for Rumble. This one, this okay. Let me get this. Okay, and all right, I'm all set up. Let me get you my link, and we're gonna go over to Rumble. All right, just let me give me just a second. Good night, Ethel. So, all right, everyone, I'm gonna restream Eli. So head over to Rumble. Donations are welcome, and I'll probably go live again on YouTube a little bit later after the restream. So, all right, everyone, I'm gonna end on this side, and I'm gonna push live on the other end, and we're gonna get going. So, all right, I'll see you over at Rumble. Bye bye.